Hi, this is a video about installing the Beidou pedal lowering kit for the P6 that's available on eWheels and other vendors, I imagine. I couldn't find any instruction videos, so I thought I'd make one for people. You can learn from my mistakes. This is the material that comes in the kit. The 2 plates, hangers, and a bag of screws along with a wrench. You will need a different wrench, a 4mm wrench, to undo the pedals that come with the wheel. Different size bolts. You'll need a 3mm wrench to take out the pedal bolts. There's 2 of them on each side. There's actually a 3rd bolt underneath that I forgot about, so remember to take that one out. Then you can use the wrench that came with the kit, basically that and a trusty rubber mallet, and poke it so that the pin comes out. So just to be clear, the thing that comes out of the middle is a grub bolt and not a regular bolt that came on either side of the pedal. It's just a grub bolt to tighten the pedal so it doesn't swing down too easily. Just as a side note, the wrench I use is an Aries set. Aries. There we go. And it has kind of this cool little handle thing where you can adjust where the handle goes. You can set it in the center or offset, which is actually pretty useful because then you can set it up to do this. And so you have a long lever to be able to twist, and then because I've got it higher up on the handle, it gets over my pad. So it's really easy to just spin it instead of having to twist a lot with a shorter handle. This is what you should have after you disassemble one side. You've got the plate, the pedal pin, then you should have 8 4mm bolts, 1 grub bolt, and 2 of the 3mm bolts for the pedal. I'm going to do the other side, the Beidou pedal on the bottom. So as you can see, the Beidou pedal has 3 different height settings. So I think I'm going to probably go with the lowest setting because I like the low center of gravity, but I think will be pretty easy to change if I need to. When you put the plate on, the center groove right here is pretty helpful. Helps center it up and down, but it won't center it side to side, so you need to make sure that your holes line up with all the original holes on the frame. I'm going to start using my M4 bolts, not M4, sorry, 4mm bolts to start anchoring the plate back on, but I also want to make sure that I use some blue thread lock. Doesn't really matter which brand you use, but put some thread lock on because I really don't want things falling off the EUC while I'm going 93 miles an hour. All right, I've got all my 4mm bolts just kind of put in by hand, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the bolts in kind of a crisscross fashion, kind of there and there, there, and then again kind of crisscross in that pattern just to kind of even out the pressure across the plate. All right, time to install the hanger bracket. So it's got these nice little grooves and a corresponding set of ridges that'll go right in the grooves. So that helps you line it up perfectly. So now I'm going to take 4 of these bolts and install them where there are holes to do so. 3 on top and 1 in the middle. So kind of 3 holes on top and 1 in the middle that I'm going to be anchoring the hanger down to. All right, so this is the location. They are silver bolts, so I don't know if you get perturbed by silver against black, you're going to have to spray paint them black or whatever. But I am definitely old enough that I don't care. So, and I just realized I forgot to put my thread locker on these guys, so I'm going to have to pull them out and put some thread locker on. Oh, and the point of the last video was actually that you will need a third wrench, and this is a 5mm wrench for the bolts that are supplied with the pedal. Okay, so this is one of those weird gotchas that I hadn't even thought about. So I'm sitting here putting the new rod in, and it's not going anywhere, and I'm like, what's going on? And so I'm sitting there twisting it, but as it turns out, the Beidou comes with its own little grub screw, which is kind of hard to see there. So I'm going to get my, I'm guessing 3mm wrench. Let's see. Nope, not 3mm. I'm guessing the wrench sizes. Okay, it looks like 4mm wrench, and I'm backing that out, and sure enough, there's a grub screw that was hidden up in there. Okay, so I'm going to back that out. This is the tightening grub screw. I thought I'd have to reuse the one that came with the P6, but as it turns out, you don't. So anyway, that was a dry test of that. Now I'm going to put my pedal on. So here's my pedal. I've put the rod in, and there's holes on the rod that you need to line up with the holes on the pedals so that you can get your original screws back in. So now we are using original screws. Alright, the original 3mm screws have been put back in with thread lock and tightened pretty tight. And now I'm ready to reinsert my grub screw to tighten up the pedal. Right now it's very loose. Okay, that finishes installation of one side. Now it's just time to go and do the other. After tightening the grub screw, it's pretty stiff, which is what I like. Like that, you don't get the pedal kicked up by accident, which anybody who's been riding long enough, that's happened to them, and it's a very unpleasant thing to have happen to you while you're taking off. Have the pedal suddenly stuck up on the machine. One-footed riding, unexpected. Alright, this is a video about as good as I can do of the lower pedal on the left of the video and the original pedal on the right. Visually, not a whole lot of difference, but I think ride-wise it's definitely going to feel different. I feel like maybe there's slightly flatter pedal on the Beidou. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, that's really something you can only tell once you're riding the device. I'm going to go put my other side on.